The stock market hasn't been easy of late. In fact, you might say it's been downright difficult. But we also know that there are advancements in our society and there are new inventions and new companies that are being formed that are going to change the way we live. We know of SpaceX. Heck, every time they want to put a rocket up in the sky, it works. That isn't so true for NASA. On the other hand, then you have companies like Neuralink that are going to change the medical world. And then Epic Games is stepping into the metaverse, and that is going to be a major change in the way we live. So the question becomes, as an investor, how do I take advantage of that? How do I get involved in that? And that's what I want to talk to a gentleman about today with Dizraptor, and he'll give us the clues as to how we can participate in this development and how we can make money with these kinds of companies.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
Okay, this is Gregory. He's with Dizraptor. I've been working with Dizraptor for about 6 months now. And what they have taught me is that I can invest in these new companies. One of them that has really enthralled me recently is I watched NASA as for 3 months, they tried to get an unmanned rocket off the launch pad, but yet SpaceX does it at will. So how can I invest in them? Gregory, give me some input as to how Dizraptor works and how that you can give me an opportunity to invest in the future.
Yes, thank you, Kerry, for the introduction, and it's a pleasure to be here with you again. It's been 3 months since our last talk, since our last call in August, so it's a pleasure to be here again, yes. We started talking about SpaceX, and I think it's really important for us to mention that we have just successfully closed our second SpaceX fund, and hundreds of our investors have received an indirect access to SpaceX via our Dizraptor fund. So basically, with our app, we let individuals to invest in private companies to get an exposure to the most leading disruptive companies in US, in Europe. So our mission that is every accredited investor should get access to any company in the world, and we try to make it as simple as possible.
Okay, with the difficult markets that we're dealing with, how is Dizraptor proceeding, and what is the state of your situation?
Yes, so it's basically the private markets right now are very unbalanced in terms of pricing, and it's highly related to the ongoing volatility in public markets, as you know. But as what we see right now is that more and more sellers appear on our radar. And for instance, sellers in SpaceX, this company has been trading a lot for the past 3 months, and we were able to get an access to shares of SpaceX. And speaking the state of the business, I know many private companies experience problems right now. Speaking of early stage startups like we, but for the past 3 months, we have been developing really fast. And I would like to emphasize on 2 things. The first of all, we took part in New York Tech Week, where we met our potential investors and partners. And we also did a investor meetup in San Francisco 2 weeks ago. So it was really a productive talk with potential investors and partners and clients as well. And right now we are focused on user acquisition, and we are also focused on closing a deal in Epic Games. So as of now, we have closed 2 deals in SpaceX. This name has been trading really well, as I told you before. And right now, we think that one of the best opportunities in private market right now is Epic Games. And I think many of your subscribers do not know what Epic Game is and what is their business actually look like. And I think it's really important to highlight this.
Yeah, I've learned a lot about Epic Games from Dizraptor, as you shared some information with me. I have thought it was just a gaming company, but you shared with me that it's digital 3.0, and going to be a very prominent player in the metaverse. Can we expand upon that?
Yes, sure. So let me briefly explain what Epic Games is. So basically, it's a leading interactive company. I would not say that it is a gaming company because many people think of Epic Games as a producer of Fortnite. Is one of the world leading games with 350 million clients, users, and it indeed has brought Epic Games billions of dollars. But the main point, as we believe in Epic Games, it will be the core of Web3, and it will be a core of Metaverse within the next 10 years. And two main products it is developing right now, they are Unreal Engine and the Epic Games Store. So basically, do you know, Carrie, what is Unreal Engine? What is like 3D engine is, or it's really hard to understand it? Okay.
You shared some information with me, and I did a video on it, and it looks to me like it's the doorway into the metaverse, and this it's crazy. What is it they call it? Unreal.
Yeah.
Why did they call it that? But it's a adaptable software that is going to be the door into the metaverse. That's how I interpret it.
Yeah, and I think many people right now, they when they think of metaverse, they think of VR glasses or like AR glasses, but it's not actually true. You should treat metaverse as a 3D internet, as an internet of future, a real-time internet, because right now, as we see many people, I mean, the most of people on internet, they are customers, they are not producers of the content. And the main thing that Epic Games is trying to disrupt is how ordinary users will behave in internet of future. Right now, we are like posting, sharing, liking content, but in the internet of future, we will be participating in this content. We will be creating spaces in internet and experience many different things like concerts, shopping in metaverse, and all this kind of stuff. And in order to make this real, to make this happen, you need a very complicated and comprehensive way to build applications. And Unreal Engines, the Unreal Engine lets users do it.
Okay, that makes sense to me. And then you told me about Epic Games stores, and you say this is going to compete with Apple's apps and Google's shop stores as well. Explain that a little further.
Because if you are a developer of a mobile game, you will experience a serious problems in terms of revenue share when you post your application, let's say on App Store or on Google Store. Right now, App Store takes 30% cut of your revenue, and it does not allow you to make any in-game purchases. So this is really strict policy as Epic Games thinks, and the main factor they are trying to disrupt is just this kind of revenue cut policy. They're now taking just 12% of your revenue when you post your game or application in Epic Games Store, and it also allows you to implement the in-game purchases on blockchain using tokens, NFTs, for example. And I think this is really breakthrough into a metaverse like apps.
So do you see them standalone, or do you see as Google's apps and Apple's apps, other people come to it? Do you see Epic is becoming the third player in this kind of arrangement, or will they stand alone?
Yes, I think right now they're trying to compete with the Steam. Steam is also a very well-known game store. Okay. And once they've done with this competition, I would say, because right now they're trying to attract game studios into Epic Games Store. And once the trial with Apple resolved, I think they will try to take on Google and Apple in terms of applications, not only games, but also applications for metaverse. Yes.
So in other words, this would be a third player in that sphere.
Yes, I think they have all the chances to do that because they have grown like from zero revenue in 2018 to 650 million in 2020. So within 2 years, they have grown like to millions, hundreds of millions in revenue. So I think they have a very great potential here.
See, I'm not a gamer, so this is a universe I have little knowledge of. But I guess the question I'm asking is Epic Games going to try to become as common to me as Apple or Google Store is? Is that their objective?
Yes,
To broaden
definitely.
beyond the gaming market and make
Definitely.
okay.
Yes. Think right now you can compare Epic Games to Amazon in their early development in the late 90s.
Okay.
When Amazon was just associated with the bookstore,
Yeah.
as Epic Games is compared to a gaming company to Fortnite now. But that is the point here that, for instance, when you try to start your own e-commerce business right now, you go to Amazon or you go to Shopify. The same as when you try to set up your own website, you don't usually do it from scratch. You go to, let's say, WordPress or Wix.com, other websites where you can set up your own website. And the same will happen with Epic Games. If you try to build like a simple application for your, let's say, store or your for a game, for a meetup in metaverse, you will use Epic Games for this.
I see. Okay. Okay. So that's a good analogy. This Web 3.0 will probably continue to support some of the current players, but it will expand into other areas as well. And through Dizraptor, that's how I can gain access. Do you have any idea when do you see Epic Games becoming a publicly traded company?
Well, I don't think it will become a publicly traded company in 1 year or two, because this company is really big right now, and it's the main problem with going public is that you have a little room for a new technology, a new innovation. Let's say Twitter of Elon Musk. Elon made Twitter private because he wants to innovate. He wants to bring this company to like a new horizon and to make 10x on this company. So basically all the growth happens in private markets. So that is why I think Epic Games will stay private for the next like 3 to 4 years at least, because they are trying to develop new things, and they do not want to feel the pressure from public investors of doing this thing wrong or doing that thing right. So I think but this is not the problem for investors in private equity. That's what we're trying to emphasize, because you don't need a company to become public to earn capital on that. Because the growth happens in private market, and that is how this market works. So basically, this is also our main strategy, is to find companies that will be growing while staying private.
So of private companies, who do you have shares available now? Is Epic Games available now?
Yeah, so basically how Dizraptor app works, we first gather the demand from our investors. So we first raise funds into our SPV, as we have a preliminary talks with the sellers of Epic Games. So as of now, we have multiples of sellers in Epic Games, like big venture funds, employees of Epic Games. And we basically have a preliminary agreement with these sellers that within a certain period of time, when we finish our capital call, when the SPV is ready, we sign the agreement and buy the shares, buy the equity. So that is how it works. So basically, yes, there are multiple of sellers in Epic Games because of the current environment in the market. The markets are, I would say, weak, and there are more sellers right now than the buyers. And this is like the best time to stay in the market for investors, as everyone is not greedy anymore.
So what companies do you have available at this time for my viewers, my subscribers to invest in?
As of now, we mainly focus on Epic Games because this is our main area of interest. But as an exclusive information for your subscribers, we are also planning to set up more funds for companies like Neuralink, the Boring Company, SpaceX. The problem with this company is that there are many sellers in these names, but the deal structure is not, I would say, the deal structure does not satisfy us at this point. So we are trying to find the best option for our investors in terms of deal structure, in terms of price. And we think that the only company in the market right now is Epic Games.
Okay, so what should my subscribers who are interested in this do now?
So basically, I advise you to download our app to read everything regarding Epic Games, because we have done a substantial amount of work during our conversations with investors, with employees of Epic Games. We tried to gather all the information available to public sources. And we also broke down revenue numbers. We compared this company to public firms like Unity and Roblox. We tried to emphasize why Epic Games is cheap in comparison to these companies. So just download the app and read all the information on the financials, on the market, and you will see that this company is a no-brainer for investor right now.
Okay, I will put a link to that app in the description. And what you've got to promise me is you'll come back and update us on a regular basis, because I'd like to create a core of people who are interested in private equity, and we have a direct link to you to keep us up to speed as to what is happening and how you're proceeding. Is that a fair deal?
It would be really great to give you an update like every 3 months or every like 1 month, because I would really like to share our updates regarding business perspective and our client perspective, because there are many things happening when you're a young company, and there is a lot of things to share regarding private markets right now, because private markets are a unique space.
I believe so, and you're very helpful in enlightening us. So anything else you want to add as we close this out?
Yeah, basically, I think one more thing I would like to highlight regarding Epic Games is their financials. Why we consider this company is just a short, short info, because this company is really big. They had achieved a significant revenue in 2021, and they had a 6 billion in revenue. So you can see it's not a young company, and they have been growing like 30 to 40% in their top line revenue. And what is more important, they are profitable. I know many of your investors, they are concerned, me as well. I'm concerned with the profitability of the companies right now, because we are in the end of the market cycle, and companies should have a substantial amount of capital, of cash, to survive. And Epic Games has around, I think, 7 billion of cash on assets, and they are profitable, and I think this is the main point, because any company should be able to withstand an upcoming recession, and they will not dilute current shareholders' value with additional capital. So that's also a important factor we consider when making investments in private companies, and Epic Games passes our test.
Excellent. Well, this is valuable information, and we'll watch. I'm particularly interested in the development of another company that you involve yourself with, and that's Elon's Neuralink. I think that is going to change the world in drastic ways. And I think what I'm seeing and what I believe is that We are going through some tough times. We are changing the world, but the world is continuing to develop behind the scenes. And these new technologies are developing, even though we are fighting inflation and interest rates. That's not where the future lies. And it's
Yes.
with it's the individual who has the foresight to look into the future who's really going to profit. I like to say, even though the market is down and some very good stocks are at very heavy discount, this is an investment opportunity of a lifetime, particularly for young people.
Yes, definitely. And that is why this company is a point of interest for us. We are trying to get engaged with the sellers and trying to negotiate the price. So I will keep you updated regarding Neuralink,
Good.
and I hope it will be our next
Okay. Offering.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Gregory. Thank you, Dizraptor, for making this information available to us.